When you think you're multitasking, like for example, you're writing an email, you're listening to something on YouTube, and you're trying to edit a video on the side. You're not actually multitasking, but your brain is doing rapid task switching. So it's not like your brain has like multiple threads like a CPU does. Your brain has one thread, and that's made to do monotasking. And instead of doing multiple things at the same time, what your brain is actually doing is it's turning off the task and turning on and turning off 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 and turning on to do different tasks. And when you do that, apparently it damages your brain. I won't lie, I am notorious for being pretty bad at multitasking. Actually, I want to know what the closest people around me think about me multitasking. Let's go and ask. Actually, you know what? Let's go ask my wife first. Honey, how good am I with multitasking?
아니 없잖아. 멀티태스킹 없잖아. 마이너스 100?
Just calling some mates. In your honest opinion, how good is my multitasking?
How good? You mean how bad?
Or maybe I'll rephrase the question. How bad is my multitasking?
You don't have multitasking. So actually, I'd say it's bad. You don't have it.
How bad is my multitasking?
Pretty bad. You're probably the worst multitasker I know.
Are you taking a piss?
Yeah. I'm
Alright.
multitasking.
You know what's funny? I've been through every single project management tool, paid, free, phone app, iPad app, computer app. I've even built my own hack and slash tool. I've tried accountability. I've tried all these things. None of them lasted more than a couple months, right? And until I finally landed on this Kanban, and I think that's because it promotes monotasking. You physically can't multitask with a Kanban system. So let's head over to the computer and I'll show you how that works. In 1973, when the automotive industry started going crazy, they used to calculate productivity by seeing how many cars can be created per employee. GM from America created 14.9 cars per employee. Alfa Romeo created only 6 cars. Toyota from Japan made 43 cars per employee. They did this by implementing the Kanban system so that the employees could focus. Now, the way the Kanban actually used to look back in the days, 3 columns with sticker notes. So let me show you how that looks. So here we see 3 columns. So backlog, in progress, and done. I just added this waiting on because it helps my workflow. But in this backlog, this is all the tasks that one person needs to do, right? And in progress, what you do is you drag a task into in progress, for example, and that employee, or me in this case, I'm only allowed to work on this one. Okay, so this is the basics of the Kanban board, okay? Now on the left side here, you've got all the projects. So here I've got my team. So these are the personal boards for everybody. Then if you go down, you've got business operations, you've got my clients, for example. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new project. Let's call this YouTube, because I actually don't have one for YouTube. Create a board, go to project. So when you create a new board, it defaults to these 3 things, okay? Now for projects, you can break down these columns into segments depending on what your project is, okay? So for most YouTube projects, you can divide them into these columns. You can say production, which is the shooting of the thing. Then you can say post-production, which is the editing. Then you could probably say published. And I would add in here design for like thumbnails and things like that, right? So right now, what am I shooting? What am I doing? I'm shooting the stop multitasking, how to use Kanban on Asana. Okay, so this is the video that I'm working on right now, okay? And it's in production. So the way I could put this onto my personal board, here you see projects. You can add to a new project, add on to Sam's board, and let's put it on backlog. You can press Command P as well. It's a shortcut to add to project. But anyway, okay. Now once you've done that, you go back to Sam's board, and here we go. Stop multitasking, how to use Kanban on Asana. So this is now on my personal board. So now I can work on this. So if I'm done with this, for example, I'm not. So I'll just put it back there and just say I'm working on this right now, which I am, okay? So I'm gonna leave it here and that's it. What this actually does mentally is that it stops you from multitasking, and it might seem counterproductive because it feels like if you're doing multiple things at once, you get things done faster, right? No, that's not how it works. And it was proven by Toyota in Japan, who are killing it today. I've taken it up one notch, okay? So this is all cool, right? But in my previous video where I talk about using sprints, using 1 hour sprints to get the most out of your brain, and I said to use this thing, time timer, right? Now what you do is once you put it in progress, you set yourself a time. So if you have capacity to do 1 hour sprints, then I'll just chuck in 1 hour. You put it down, and this in conjunction with Kanban is a game changer. I think that's it. So once this is done, I'll move it along to done, and then I'll tick it off, mark as complete, bang, and see how this is grayed out. Now, if you've got a project manager, or if you are the project manager, you can have an overview by just looking at the project. Where's the YouTube project? So if I go to the YouTube project, see how it's grayed out? That means that whoever has completed it, right? So we can go to, it will go through the ranks, post-production, published, and then, and then design. Here, if you've got multiple teams, you can add comments, need to design thumbnail, right? Or you can add subtasks here, design thumbnail, and then you can tag people on there. You can assign it to somebody, and then you can, tab P, add it to Jono's board, right? For example, and then he'll see it, and he'll be like, okay, I gotta do the thing. So this is a really awesome, not just a project management tool, but the method of Kanban. Bro, use it now, please. I've got a phone call in a sec. Hello, Sam speaking. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I'll come down now. Yep, thanks, bye. My chicken is here, so I gotta go. See you in the next one.